Hello everybody, this is Vinton, aka BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thanks for coming out. It is Saturday, and we're actually going to be playing Phoenix Wright today. Now, this is kind of a bit lopsided, because we usually play this game on Sunday, but honestly, I was thinking about doing ukulele, and I'm not up to it. I don't know why. Just today, of all days, I don't feel like doing it. So I would much rather jump back into the story of Justice for All, because we stopped at kind of a pivotal frickin' moment where we were about to jump back into the courtroom. And I'm like, and I've been kind of waiting for a long time. I've been kind of giddy about finally getting back into it and pointing my finger at some people. So that is what we are going to be doing today. And then maybe tomorrow we'll do a little bit more ukulele if there isn't anything else that I want to be doing. I have a couple ideas, but again, we'll see. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. But anyways, let us go ahead and jump right back into the adventure. Shall we? Okay, load. Chapter start. Yep, just outside. Now, if you remember from last time, oh man, there was big frickin' moments where we got lost. And thank God for video editing for the, just for the people who are watching the videos after they're done streaming. But we got stuck at a lot of circumstances where I completely forgot about certain mechanics, like showing profiles to people. Didn't even register in my mind. But to put it in a simple perspective, we have basically figured out that we believe that Morgan is the person who instigated the whole thing, and that Eni is she's like an accomplice that actually did the killing. So we'll see if that actually pans out. I don't know. Hello, Maya. How you doing? Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter's only 18? Just like me? Okay. So you are 18 in the story. I remember the first Phoenix Wright, she started out at being 14. And then she goes up. And I guess it's been... Wow, it's probably been a really long time since the first game and this one. And I guess Miles Edgeworth could very well have died in that circumstance. I'm not... See, here's the thing. I don't really know much of anything about the sequels. Like, the sequel games, aside from... I know Edgeworth had some spin-off stuff. So, I don't know. We'll see how the story pans out. But anyway, yeah? Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. I mean, you must be tough enough to commit murder. Yeah, you didn't kill anybody. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've got going. We've been through. Oh, here we go. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be sick today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Oh, God, no. That's a bad thing. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel me today, too? Ooh. Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. But Pearly, not again! Not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you two alone. Alone time. Waka waka. Whew, thank goodness. Nick. This way, Pearl won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Evil shit. That's actually pretty smart. That way she's kind of off in La La Land and like just spirit worlds not existing for about 30 minutes. We shall see. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeat face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Your reign's about to end, bitch. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. It's not gonna make Germany look all that great if I beat you. Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Faye. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight.
Now then, stop catfighting, you two. A very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session.
That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct?
Yes, and I'm sure you have a comeback for it. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been.
Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
All right, let's hear it.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. He was there at the time. How are you going to prove that? What? Oh, by all means. Show me what I need to shoot down.
But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying, then, that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
Then what is the meaning of this?
All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe this is when she dropped this key.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's Aunt Morgan Fey to the stand. Oh, she's gonna have a lie up her sleeve. Shit. Oh, just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Yeah, you're gonna have to take down your sis, or whatever relationship you have. Witness, name and occupation.
My name is Morgan Fay, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Yogok!
I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then.
Spirit severing technique?
A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world, that is.
Yes, that is...
You, be quiet. He's the judge. Now, witness, something happened while you were performing this technique, correct?
Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room.
Bullshit.
What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Lies. All goddamn lies.
Order, order, order! Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time.
Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial.
Oh, shit. Alright, let's go.
After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrust me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
Oh, really? Why have you hidden this until now?
I I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya.
Bullshit.
However, I must correct falsities when they arise.
That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Wright. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is very smart and a sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony.
Oh boy. We will try. We will see. I'm just going to ask questions. That's all I'm going to do.
After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber.
Just now you said, those two. Who were those two people you were referring to, you dumbass?
I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir.
Lada's not a foreigner, despite how she talks.
Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful.
Oh boy, I hope she's not in the courtroom. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot.
In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright.
Oh, bullshit. Oh, thanks.
What did you do after that, Miss Fay?
I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police.
Hold it! Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as to call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that is a very good point.
At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another...
Another what, madam?
Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern
yourself. Oh, bullshit. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? Stone cold now, huh? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room?
I simply did not wish for there to be more victims.
Damn it. That's solid enough.
The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself.
Yeah, you're pulling the vanity card. Shit. Okay. Clear enough.
Well, it was very noble of you, Miss Fay.
Damn it, she won points. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one on us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue.
A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze.
Press! During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement?
I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie.
But why would you lie about something like that?
It is very painful for me to say this, however...
Objection! The witness was lying to cover for the defendant here. She was covering for Maya? So, you were covering for the defendant?
Well, yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected.
Why would you... Okay, why would there be defense in a situation where clearly she shot people? That wouldn't make much... I don't know.
Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... No!
This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later.
Yes, very well.
Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Come on. That was a good spot to keep questioning, but
Then, quite suddenly, she thrust me away from herself and escaped from the room.
Meh. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you?
I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes.
But you are physically larger and stronger. That doesn't matter, because she transforms and becomes the person that she transforms into. So that's moot. Get your head around that, Phoenix. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Exactly.
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. I'm batshit insane.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of a nurse she had called.
But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right out? She was knocked out.
Yes, I would have, however. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while.
Yeah. You fainted.
I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor.
How long were you unconscious?
I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps.
And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time.
Happy? Witness elaborate on that point for us?
I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
Why am I pressing this? Is that because you were unconscious?
You stupid shithead. Why, yes.
Great, well, now what? Fuck it. Let's just see where this goes. So, while you were unconscious, you had absolutely no idea where the defendant went. Why are you... You're really prodding this, like... What?
I would think that's obvious, good sir.
I mean, yeah, she was unconscious. How would she know? If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all?
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself.
Oh, good point. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this, but the key word here is this witness. What witness do you have? What do you mean by that?
It means she has another witness up her sleeve, that's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness.
Well, it's a good thing I pressed everything.
That's enough. From what I can tell, there's nothing wrong with this witness's testimony.
Wow. Something tells me that she was fed her lines pretty much directly, and like every single counter argument directly from Von Karma. Because like that is very solid state. I feel like she would have slipped up at least a little bit. Oh, she was a little bit. I guess Von Karma did cut her off a couple of times. Smart bitch.
And from what she said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber.
I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes. Oh god, I missed all of that.
Be quiet, you!
Now then.
Now then. What the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? How?
Who was it?
The prosecution calls Miss Eenie Meenie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Wait, she was... Oh, God. This is all some bull... Oh, my God. I'm gonna need to take down all three of these bastards one by one. Von Karma, Eenie Meenie... Everyone's lying. Stop fighting me. Eenie Meenie. I think you can see where this is headed. You ditzy bastard. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, Eenie Meenie. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see, it's like, I guess, most people call it occult stuff.
Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
Yes, sir.
What the hell, man? Now then, Miss Miney, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? I guess. God damn it. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
God damn it. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine, for my sake. I'm loosening everything in my throat. Alright, after the murder. Like, when the channeling thing started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Pray tell?
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey?
Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time.
Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister?
Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well, this is...
Witness. Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course.
Miss Miney, please.
Me? My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. Here we go. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Eenie. Repeat of what we saw at the very beginning.
She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes. There. Are you satisfied, Your Honor?
I still can't believe it. What is this mysticism, mumbo-jumbo bullshit? I'm fucking 87 years old. I can't deal with this today. Well, God, I need painkillers. Well, I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It is a bit hard to swallow. Whip. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. Ta-da. The end.
What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find the one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine the witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish dribble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. I will try. After the murder. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Was that because of your, sesame allergy, was it? Like, let's try it. I like think there were sesame seeds, like, in the lunch they served that day. I had this, like, premonition that it was going to totally be a seedy day. Yes, indeed.
I see. Sesame seeds. I like sesame seeds.
Am I the only one here who missed the boat?
Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping?
Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. Oh, whoops, I missed that. Hold on a second. There we go. Hold it. Do you know the time? Like, maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think. 11 a.m.? Hey, oh, like, my stomach is totally ready for, like, food. Why is the music stopping here? I'm trying to piece it together myself. Like, what time did the murder happen? Ah, no! I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant, what time was it when the someone came into your room? So, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more, like, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Like, it's really... Please just talk. Meh. That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, like, okay, what was I talking about again? Never mind. Witness about this person who entered the side room. I was like, oh my god, she's totally my sister. Hold it. Are you absolutely sure? I guess that's not sure. You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. Oh my god. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer.
Well, Mr. Wright.
The defense rests. Well, was that a colossal waste of our time? Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Miney? I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. That makes sense, but I'm gonna press it anyway. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult, but I, like, know all about the Curain channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Fuck it. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange. But... Go! Don't keep badgering her! You know the phrase objection. Could you try using that once in a while?
Mr. Wright, the question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important?
It is very important, Your Honor. Probably is. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've gotta bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Mighty, please amend your testimony.
Okay, I'm, like, totally cool with that. I wasn't, like, scared at all, and, like, her costume looked totally, like, normal. What? So, there was nothing odd about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah, nothing was, like, weird. Mia's talking to herself like she found something wrong. The first thing you probably would have noticed about your sister is that she had blood all over the goddamn costume. That's not weird. That's impossible. Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? She, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Hold on a second. I wasn't, like, scared at all, and the costume looked totally, like, normal. No. Nope. That was a very well spun lie, Miss Eni. Gaga. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Yes. Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, but I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. Blood. This is a picture of the sister you met.
I would think even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Yeah.
Order, order! Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, God.
Miss Miney?
I'm thinking! Don't interrupt me! And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? That witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony.
If you please.
The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's gonna be. Alright. Well, we crashed through that. Let's see what else she has to say. Like, the side room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? Blood totally blended in, right in. Yeah, and I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Okay, then.
Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Thanks, Grumps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright?
I will never be satisfied.
All right, I guess not. Very well. You may question the witness.
Satisfaction is not my middle name. Okay. Let's press crap. The side room was kind of dark, you know? Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinion on this court. That's right. Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Miss Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause, witness. You may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Oh. Okay. Can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended in. It's not really the same color. Probably would have made it a little more dark. You didn't see the blood? Yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at that time as well. At that, Are you gonna tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either? I, totally didn't. All I was looking at was her face. Continue. I persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. Okay, then. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, at the time? Well, she was, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. Okay, then. But I think she knew, said she did something really bad. And, she said she wanted to go with me to, apologize to Miss Morgan. No. Why? I think at that point she probably would have just fled the body and ran. Either that or probably, ran with the body. I don't know. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Yeah. Bullshit. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? I guess so. I guess maybe, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, made her feel a lot better. Grisly murder. Feels so much more relief. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know. May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? What do you mean? When you... Oh boy, okay, I get to make a choice. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Here. Just because I know that this might change things very drastically. Actually, come to think of it, I need to very quickly take a restroom break, so we're gonna BRB real quick, and I will be back afterwards. So hang tight, don't go anywhere. Again, I need to stop drinking so much liquid before I start these things. Okay, so again, we asked, was there anything weird, anything misplaced when this happened? When you were in the side room. We're going to the crime scene. Arrived at the crime scene. Okay, yeah, was there anything out of place when... I guess I could ask either one of these things. And come to think of it, there could be something misplaced, like, in any of these. We're going to the crime scene? I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Because I think that pot will, will push this further. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. You're making yourself look like the Demon Phoenix.
Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important?
It's very important, Your Honor. I ask because it is very important.
Not that I know where I'm going with this.
Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
Well, like, I don't know why, but okay. I think I know where we're going with this. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling chamber. I'm gonna press this. Try to remember that time. Oh, like, I remember. I remember, like, I totally didn't see anyone on the way. I guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out of a witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial. I know. We have to give it another shot. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. Right. I know exactly what I'm trying to do here. Took my sister to the channeling chamber. Like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, channeling chamber. I need to present a thing. Well, what do I present then? Probably a profile. Because Pearl should have been there, because I've got statements of her being there at the time. Objection! Yes, yes! You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible! Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting, you have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens, at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? Oh god, she is trying to choke herself with her hat. Objection! Objection. As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at the time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. She wasn't just playing. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish... There's no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl. Oh, wait, there's no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl. Because of a little thing called the sacred urn. This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot? What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why.
She broke the urn? Yo!
Why? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. And Pearl was the one who put it back together.
while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Oh boy. What? Miss Miney. Oh, God. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar!
Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say.
The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About what you really, where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? No. No, you weren't. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there is clearly a contradiction here.
A contradiction? What's the contradiction?
Help me, Mia! I love that's an answer. It's in her testimony just now. It's in the evidence. Good question. And I'm saving again. Just in case. Sorry if I'm doing a, save scumming a bit here, but I don't want to get stuck, like, back there not knowing what to do. A contradiction. Where is the contradiction? Alright, so I kind of dug myself into a corner here. I've bluffed up to this point, and I'm not entirely sure. There's a direct contradiction between her being there. What evidence would there be to say that she was... I'm gonna press this. I may have overreached on this one. Is there really a contradiction somewhere? Don't worry, you're on the right path, Phoenix. It might be a little hard for you to see the contradiction, but it's there. So, just this once. Do you want me to help you out? Just this once? Is this like the one chance I'm gonna get at possibly helping myself out here? I'm gonna try and do it myself then. Well, it might be hard for me to see, but I can't just accept her without thinking it through myself first. That's the spirit. Give it another try.
Mr. Wright, what is your answer?
Yeah, okay. Time to add another bluff to the pile. The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room, and I say that's not possible, because there's clearly a contradiction here.
A contradiction? Where is this contradiction?
Okay. I'm gonna take a look at my evidence. The answer is in the court record. I'm gonna take a look at this. I probably should have checked the court record first. What would the proof be, then? Knife, cloth scrap, Pearl's ball, clothing box. I actually am honestly not entirely sure. Oh, this is probably a mistake. Planning to throw out another irrelevant piece of evidence?
Very well, the court will see this evidence.
Wait! Mia? I don't know what you plan on showing to the court, but I can guarantee you the answer is not there. Just this once, I'll lend you a hand. Now rethink your answer.
All right. Mr. Wright, what is your answer?
Okay. Well, she helped me out there. Okay, it's in her testimony. Yeah, sorry. Early in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So? Like, what does that have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how do you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could have not known that.
which means, Miss Miney, you did, in fact, go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the Winding Way! Oh boy. Ghostly face.
But look at the mana guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the Winding Way.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question. Of course, you've got a smarmy answer, right? Don't ask a question off of baseless assumptions, if you please. Here we go. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Wait, that's a wrong voice. that was Enie's voice. Now's your chance, Phoenix. I was just, like, now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Enie Meanie. So now is the time to prove it. I keep swapping between Miney and Meanie as their last name. I'm sorry, just my brain doesn't work very well.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer.
Nope. Not yet. And this doesn't take too long. Boink.
Let's hear your answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where was the witness when the murder took place?
Oh, boy. Boy. This is gonna be interesting. Miss Miney was here, of course.
What? But that's the channeling chamber.
Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime.
Order! That's wise. Go.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started.
Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Simple. Miss Enie Meanie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I wasn't hiding! Where? Like, where was I hiding? You were hiding back there. Here, of course.
Behind the folding screen?
Jog. Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. Say, you stupid jerk! Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slimeball!
Now, Miss Miney, one so young as you shouldn't be saying...
Shut it, Gramps! As if you know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry.
Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. Oh boy, she is smug as shit right now. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Miss Miney, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. That tiny little box, no person could fit in that. Yes. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. A lot of disproved it when she was hiding from me in it.
Objection!
But the clothing box was in the side room, correct? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box is there in the side room the whole time.
Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime?
I'm being cautious, shut up. The feature is there, I will use it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I could prove that. You could prove where the clothing... Actually, no, I can prove it because there's a bullet hole inside the clothing box, isn't there? So I can prove that shit. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove This clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing.
This... what on earth? Megan!
I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already.
There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground.
A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It has a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray! Oh boy!
Order! Order! So what are you...
Oh, finally, you're using objections as opposed to just the whip. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie? That is exactly what I'm saying! Miss Eenie Meenie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey.
To masquerade as Maya Fey?
She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No! Stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by theirself. Correct. It's not possible. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Yeah. Need I remind you that the foolish received no mercy, yes. Wait. Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice.
Take that! This person!
If it wasn't someone from Curain Village, you couldn't have gotten that costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have had this, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fey.
Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier?
What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands.
Do you deny it?
Let's see. Who's gonna interrupt now? Oh, jeez, I'm not gonna do that. My throat already hurts. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened.
Unexpected?
Yes. Bang. Dr. Gray was actually not dead yet. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at the attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... That would explain why there was a stabbing and then a shooting. Because why the hell? Why would you... That is so overkill. That is, like, ridiculous. You know, we're not playing... You know, it's not Overwatch or something. You don't have to go the full ham on this.
After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room?
Yes. A gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Click. Miss Miney. She immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Oh wait, it's a little bit darker. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here.
What is one supposed to say?
This is the real truth behind this murder. Please, somebody, please admit. I'm so sick of this. Aha. Aha ha ha who?
Who is that? Laughing at a time like this? Yeah.
Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? What is it this time?
Miss Von Karma, surely.
Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Yeah, well, that's, yeah, that's right! That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Meenie want to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive! I don't have a motive. A motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I mean, yeah, she has a motive. First off, I mean, she probably still thinks that her sister was drugged. So I see no particular reason why she wouldn't want to have this doctor killed. You know, totally. And again, the other suspect in this, Morgan, she has a reason to do this too, because if she slanders on Maya, she could take over position. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. Alright. Okay. I can't pause here. Hold on. Alright, the reason you want him dead is... Let's see, articles about the car accident. Take that! Ha! Just as I thought! You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. That's right, though, right? Yeah, it's just great. Now even she's calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes! Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing?
What do you mean by that?
Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm like, going to explain, so, like, please, listen, okay? Boy, alright, she's gotten pretty confident in herself now. She's right back to being the ditzy. It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, like, wanted revenge, then, like, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. It was, like, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see... Ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory.
The end. Number 2. You should only have one the end, madam. I think you've already lost.
I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan.
There's plenty.
You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point.
Tisk tisk. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place.
Yeah. What happened? I thought I had her for sure.
See? Like, it's just as I told you.
Meh.
I hope you liked your slice of humble pie.
Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie, Meenie, Miny, Mo, motherfucker.
Hold it! Who? Who's holding it? Oh, Mia. Your Honor, please allow the defendant 1 more minute.
All right.
Oh, God, he backs down so easy. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix.
Mia?
Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime.
Really?
Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in that fashion.
Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason?
After a save, I can. There we go. Alright, let's try this. Can I really do this? Well, Mia believes in me.
Yes!
I'm not totally confident here, but I know I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? You're supposed to be on my side. Yeah.
Voncom only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And this drive will, I think this is the exact same drive that Miles Edgeworth had. And I managed to kick his ass several times over because he gave me second chances. Meh. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way.
No way! Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Wait a second!
To be continued. Boy, this story is branching all kinds of ridiculous ways. Hey, look, an actual save point. Alright, what are we going to be talking about here? Really hope Pearl isn't going to get upset by me trying to pin this on her, basically her mother. Alright, June 2nd, 12:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Is it really true? About my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Eenie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt. Oh, wait, okay, sorry. It is so freaking difficult to tell, who is talking, and, in this game. It's like a tiny little text box window. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt... Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who is this? Oh, hi. Good, we're having a chat.
Miss Von Karma! Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad.
Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me, even though we're the same age?
Are you done yet? You caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Slime ball! I need a drink. I'm doing a lot of screaming. Alright, we're back.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
can you prove Miss Eenie Meenie had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Meenie, please testify to the court about your car accident last year. I thought, like, you wanted to, like, ask about my, like, motive. And I, like, don't see the point in, like, bringing up the past.
Miss Meenie, if you please.
Okay. Like, I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... Last year's accident. That was, like, last year in May. Like, something really bad happened at like, my sister's clinic around then. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, like, totally pooped too, so I, like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. Criminy crash. I, like, woke up because of a jolt, and, like, it was a sea of flames around me. I, like, opened the door and, like, got away.
I think I've heard of this incident.
It was all the talk of the tabloid shows, day after day last year.
Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Go!
Those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip.
Yes, Mr. Wright, you may question the witness.
Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Minie's sister, Meanie. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Yes. Last year's accident. That was, like, last year, in May. Hold it, I guess. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like, that was in May too. Like, the thing with all the patients dying was, like, May 2nd. And, like, our accident was, like, on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was, like, totally tired, so that's why, duh. Like, something really bad had happened at, like, my sister's clinic around then. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired when she was driving. Okay, I skipped this. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was because the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mimi, Miney? Like, no way! Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Miney's fault. Which means as far as the real facts are concerned, Miney is the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired. You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder then the car accident happened, huh? So, then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, oh, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. Oh, but, like, I don't, like, have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Miney. Wait, no! That's a fucking lie!
Miss Mighty, please amend your testimony.
Okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I like fell asleep in the passenger seat.
Hold it!
The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like it was at like 1 a.m. or so, I think. I had like a paper due, like really soon. So like I hadn't slept and was working like real hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened? I like woke up because of a jolt and like it was a sea of flames around me.
Hold it!
There. And your sister? What happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was like totally black and there was like a ton of smoke. I like totally had like no clue what was going on. I like opened the door and like got away.
Hold it!
Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I like kept wanting to forget that time, so like I don't remember things about the accident in like detail anymore.
Well, it's alright. No need to push yourself.
I think I like gave an interview after the accident. Like that would probably be the most accurate, you know. If it's that article, then I've already got it. I like didn't have my license, so like I couldn't take over driving for her. Bull, horse, malarkey, shit.
Objection!
Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Mighty?
That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What are you talking about, that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how he dared, ouch. No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. It's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright? At the time of the accident, Miss Mighty did not have a driver's license.
Ow! Cry and whip will accommodate. My whip will accommodate.
Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would like let me drive.
Yeah.
Don't just stand there humming to yourself. Oh, now you two, Mia. With the whip and the pain and the yow. Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? That's because I
think this situation calls for a more detailed testimony. Miss Miney, if you please.
Like, how annoying. Like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. Yeah, right. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. And she, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. She, like, wouldn't say things... So she would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. That seems like it makes sense. But let's push it, huh?
I see. A bright red car from sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness.
I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Again, let's just push crap. Like, around that time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. We already know that, but I'll parse it anyway. So what do you mean by really close? I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called. Permit? Wow, the big-name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is. Well, this lawyer's never had a permit. What? Ignorance is to be whipped. What is with her? All she's said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? My sis was like, just totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. She valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she would notice if something or someone, like, touched the car door with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Why did she take such a special care of such a special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new 1997 Ford. Oh, wait. 1997. Shit. What year is this? 2004? New car? Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I wouldn't think that cars getting dirty is just another... I would think that getting cars dirty is just another fact of life, but... I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Phoenix, try asking something more significant, alright?
Well, Miss Miney, what kind of car was it?
She, like, had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. Yeah. It was a new car. Yeah. She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK.
Ooh. The UK. Were those her boyfriend's initials?
God damn it, UK. Judge, god damn it. Please work with me. Stop being dumb. And it was a really special model. She waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars, but I had a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor?
Yes?
Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony.
You mean the part about being a special import car?
Yes.
Well, if you like cars that much, then...
That's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either.
Miss Miney, would you please fix your testimony?
Sure, whatever. My sister's new car was like a totally special model from England. ... I yelled hold it pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. Let's see what happens. So, yes. What am I supposed to pick out for a topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? They're expensive and the driver's seat is opposite to our cars here in the States. It would seem there's no benefit to owning one. This whole steering wheel on the right side thing. It's kinda goofy, isn't it? What do you know? That sleek shape into the wilds, it starts to have the raw feeling about the transmission of the cold breeze of the AC. Forgive me. Her personality really changes at the drop of a hat. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind the case. That's interesting. She, would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. Alright, let's have a stop to think about this. So yeah, it's an England car. And I feel like her driving on the, I think her driving on that side of the car is going to become a really big facet of it. But let's just wait on that. Was your sister good at driving? She was, totally awesome! She, said she was going to be, the race queen of the nursing world. Somehow I think she bumped my question off track again. So, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. And that was when the accident occurred, correct? Yeah. I, immediately reached for the passenger side door and fled, in a daze.
Sounds like you had a terrifying time.
There is something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural-sounding testimony. But we have to attack it. And by doing... excuse me, indigestion. And by doing so, a flaw will show itself. It has to. Do you really think so? Believe. There is a path. I know it. Me almost sounded like a prophet for a second there. Alright. So... clearly, I'm gonna have to present a thing. Wouldn't have anything to do with any of this stuff. Bowling screen, newspaper clipping. Maybe it has something to do with the newspaper clipping. Let's read this. Okay, late last night, 2 women car crashed into a highway center divide. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. Wait a minute. Okay, this... Alright. Here's what I'm thinking. Crashed into the highway center divide. And the steering wheel would have been on the right side of the car. And if they crashed into the right... if they crashed into the center divide, that would mean that the door that is being inhibited is Enie's. So how the hell did she manage to escape the car? That's my thought. Okay, let me see. I was like really tired and I dropped off to sleep. Then there was this crash and like I woke up, huge sea of flames. I was like, still have a sleep, but I opened the right door and like got out. That's impossible. You couldn't have opened the right door. Cause that car, it's a British car. Holy shit. Hold on, we've got it. We got it. My sister was like totally a big fan of cars. Value done. My sister's new car was like a totally special model from England. Really?
Objection!
Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said it earlier in it, but I opened the right door and like got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side of the passenger seat? The left? Okay, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right?
Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side.
That would be if it was an American car. But it would be the opposite in a British car.
Opposite?
The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left side.
God! What do you mean by this?
Miss Miney, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat! Oh my god!
Order! Order in the court! Order, I say! Order, John!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Enie said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Miney. That is what Enie said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you've finally found the real root of the murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Enie or Mimi? Who was really driving that car? And the answer is Enie Meanie, of course!
Why would you say that?
Miss Enie Meanie just said so herself in her testimony. She said that she escaped the car from the right side door, which would have been where the driver's seat was.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to feel sorry for a foolish fool who foolishly spends his time foolishly. All that time, Miss Enie Meanie had not yet received her driver's license. Well then, she was driving well, actually no. She wouldn't have been driving illegally. If Mimi actually had her driver's license, then then she would have been allowed to drive because she legally is a driving adult, so that would have been fine. And that is why the accident happened! Hold it, Phoenix. Looks like you still don't see the real truth behind the accident. The real truth? Think outside the box. Isn't that what we always say? Alright, one more time. If we connect the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Enie or Mimi? Who was really driving that night? Oh. Huh. I'm starting to think that this... Mimi? The answer is the one person who had her driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive.
But you just said the witness, Miss Eenie Meenie, was the one in the driver's seat.
Which leads us to the next question.
The next question?
Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name... The witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. The witness's real name is...
Take that!
Mimi Miney. This is your real name!
Action!
Of all the foolish dribble! Then how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right! It's a picture of her younger sister! No!
But Mimi Miney, she died in the car accident.
That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then, the body they found at the crash site... That was the body of the real Eenie Meenie. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Miney? Well, let's just see. That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eenie Meenie. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Eenie. With this, she effectively erased Mimi Miney from existence. Why would you do that? The hell? Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray.
What do you mean?
What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Miney. However, that would not have been possible, because Mimi Miney was still, in fact, alive. And the fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting the witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed.
Well, Miss Eenie, Miss Von Dunn.
Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? Oh my god. That's right. I admit it. My real name is Meenie Miney. That quack doctor. He got what he deserved in the end. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi, too. So close.
But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself to become your own sister?
I think I understand why. Mimi Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this.
Take that!
That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Miney had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister.
Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination.
That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Eni has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult. I hate it. I hate it all. Fucking shit. Okay, I mean, we've proven that yes, indeed, she probably was the murderer. But in this case, that would mean Morgan would have to confess to this as well. I don't think she's gonna do that. I don't know how far along. We'll see, I guess.
I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous! I'm perfect! Me, Franziska von Karma! I'm gonna enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's gonna be a broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is?
Yeah! No!
Ow, 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 stop. Stop. Okay, alright, I'm kinda getting into this now. Oh, shit. The hell, dude? Phoenix, hang in there! Phoenix! This court is a fraud, a sham!
Now then, now that the prosecutor has assaulted every person in this courtroom, get in a cell.
That's what happened in that's what would happen in an actual nice reality, but this is not a nice reality.
It looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty!
Thank the Lord.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Who's gonna stop it? Oh, okay, nobody. Thank God. June 22nd, 313, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Congratulations, Maya. Sis! Oh, hugs. Everyone hugs. Good. Reunions. It's good to see you, Maya. It's good to see you, Maya. How you doing? Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar sound. A familiar scent. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Oh, shit. I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used... Oh, okay. I was thinking... For a second there, I thought just somehow she was teleported into, like, a coffin underground. She could, like, smell, like, her sister's corpse somehow because she was in her sister's coffin or something. That would be creepy. Okay, no. Turns out it was the trunk. Okay. Okay, there's my brain. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, and then you and Lotto would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fay who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congrats, Maya! Thanks! Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know, but I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. Oh, it'll probably happen at least 3 more times over the course of the series, but whatever. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Well, she's not quite in jail yet. Hey, Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Mimi Miney with a plan like that? I don't understand it, Nick. I think I picture what's about to happen here. I'm gonna save. I'm saving for no particular reason, but here. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... well, it's gotta be... Let me take a look at this. Which one would convey the story of, like, her? Meh. It would have been... I'm trying to think what would convey it. I mean, I know the answer. I've said this several times. Because... Knife. Sacred Urn. Might be the Sacred Urn? No, that's a... I mean, it might. Actually, wait. Maybe I could, let's see. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... Probably had... It might have had something to do with Pearl and trying to get her to become the next, well... Oh, I don't frickin' know. I saved. I could probably figure this out. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... I'm gonna try and pick the sappy answer. Probably not right. Pearly? 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Curain Village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The Branch family. My aunt. No! Morgan's spiritual power is too weak! The next person would be Pearl's. Yeah! Everything was done for her sake. It was also that Pearl could become the next master. Yeah, I could see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying, I thought so. Oh. Well, I mean, you would know her. You would know Morgan more than I would, so... Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitaire. Oh my god, what the hell? Where are we going? What is this? My precious Pearl. You were the only one suitable to be the master of Curain, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped the brainless nurse carry out her murder, and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. That Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Yep. Enjoy jail, you bastard. Anyway, that's the end of that chapter. Reunion and Turnabout. And the new chapter has been unlocked. Turnabout, big... Oh, my... Oh, we're going to the circus. Oh, good. Good. All right. Well, as much as I would love to go ahead and do that, I would like to actually wrap this up in a nice little bow and call it for tonight. It's been an hour and a half, and we actually... I saved several times. Actually, I hit 100% there. I'm surprised that I did that. Maybe it was just the fact that all the pieces fit together fairly well by that point. And I'm thinking the next time that we play Phoenix Wright, I'm going to jump into the next chapter. But that's not going to be till next week, I think. And I think tomorrow... Good question. What are we going to be doing tomorrow? Honestly, again, maybe I will be interested in playing a little bit more ukulele then. That's what I'm thinking. And then, well,
I have a couple of other things that I have lined up that I am thinking about doing. So don't bank on it 100%. We'll see what comes out of it. I mean, like, yeah, I was planning on doing, times change a lot. So, it's my show. I just pick whatever I feel like playing at the time. I did think about this a little bit earlier. I'm all for regulating your time and regulating just what you do on consistency is key when it comes to audience and all that jazz, and I have heard that several times, but I also want to be true with what I want to do. That's why I keep the consistency of 7 o'clock as often as I can. And even then, that's broken so frickin' often. Anyway, I'm just rambling about random crap at this point. I think we are going to call it for the stream today, and then next week we're going to be diving into Turnabout Big Top. So, we shall see. I wonder how many frickin' chapters there are after this. Like, there's probably, I don't know, how many chapters were in the original Phoenix Wright? Was it like, 6, 7? 7? I don't know. They're long frickin' chapters, that's for sure. Anyway, no, enough talking. Let us just end things out here. So, thanks for coming out to watch the stream or just popping in to see what I was doing. I appreciate everybody who did. If you wanted to check out this episode anytime after it's done, I'm going to be uploading it to my YouTube and my VidMe channels shortly after the stream's finished and after it's done processing. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be editing this one down, considering, like, we actually didn't get stuck anywhere, which, hallelujah. But anyway, I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. On the weekends, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. On Wednesday, it's 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I play more recent video games on the weekends, and retro stuff is done on Wednesday. Okay, that'll do it. I'm going to rest my voice, so catch you later, everybody.